So today on the BMW Maintenance Series, I'm going to teach you how to flush your brake fluid.
Lord of mercy.
Welcome back to our BMW Maintenance Series, where I'm going to teach you guys how to maintain your BMWs. This type of service can go anywhere from $100 to $200 depending on the flat rate of your BMW dealer. Why not just learn how to do this yourself, and it can save you guys a ton of money. On your BMW E90s, you have this little brake fluid reservoir here underneath this little plastic thing. What you want to do is first, this brake reservoir, if you have a manual transmission, it actually shares the fluid with the manual transmission. The clutch hydraulic fluid is the same as the brake fluid. There's a little separator in here that separates the two. But what we want to do is you can take out this and take out the little filter. Try not to get any brake fluid on your paint because it will eat through it. And you can either suck all of this out or just drain it by pumping the brake fluid out through one of the calipers, and I'll show you guys how to do that now. But what we want to do is I use this ATE Type 200, the new racing quality brake fluid. It's a cheap alternative to the DOT4 brake fluid and has a bit higher boiling point. I forgot what the boiling point is. Wet boiling point is almost 200 degrees, and the normal boiling point is 280 degrees. So what we want to do is, it says here even to change this brake fluid after 2 to 3 years according to the vehicle model, and after the wet boiling point has dropped approximately to 180 degrees. So I had a few problems at the Nürburgring. Everything was okay while I was on the track. We're cruising, driving, having tons of fun. But then the moment that I came off the track and I was sitting in the traffic, I found that my brake pedal got really spongy and it actually went straight to the floor. So what that told me was that my brake fluid had boiled over. The brakes got really hot, the calipers got hot while I was sitting in traffic because there was no airflow, and my brake fluid boiled. So that I had no brake pressure, no brakes at all. Luckily I was going slow in traffic and I used the e-brake to slow me down, but I knew that I needed to swap out my brake fluid ASAP. So brake fluid is hydroscopic. What that means is it absorbs moisture that's in the lines, but that lowers its boiling point over time, and that's why we need to swap this fluid out, because there's moisture in the air and that gets absorbed even though this is sealed. And we want a strong connection between the pressure that's coming from our master cylinder and our brake pedal in through the lines into our pistons in our brake caliper. We don't want anything in those lines, no air, so that we have a nice, strong, firm pedal, and that'll give us confidence braking in the car. Brake pedal is nice and squishy now. So it suggests that you do this every 2 to 3 years, depending on your make and model of your car. I do this every year because I like going to the track, and it's a cheap piece of insurance to ensure that your brakes are working properly. So what you're going to need here is just a little container to hold some brake fluid, and you're going to need one of these clear plastic lines. I'll put up on the screen the diameter of this. I don't know, this is from some kit from a long time ago. What I like to do is take your plastic line, and I put a little loop in it just so that it can accumulate here. The brake fluid, as you flush it out, can accumulate here, and it doesn't get any like air going backwards into the brake caliper itself. So once you've jacked up your car, I highly suggest that you use a jack stand, even putting the tire underneath here. Make sure that this is as safe as possible while working on it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Safety first, guys. So already I know in the comments people are like, hey, you're doing this on the wrong side, and you're absolutely right. What you should do is always start bleeding from the side furthest, or the corner furthest from the brake master cylinder. So I would technically start over there, do that side, then this side, then the passenger side, and then the driver's side. So I just had this side apart because I just did my brake video. So I'm going to show you guys on this side, but please start on that corner first. So what we want to do is get an 11mm wrench, and you're going to look for the bleeder screw on your brake caliper. We're going to put this round end 11mm on here, just like that, and then we're going to take our hose and put it on here, if I can get it on here.
One eternity later.
So I had to go get a different hose. That other hose was too small, but you guys get the idea. I'm gonna let this drain into a little bucket, and then this is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So what I'm gonna ask Miss Build a Drive to do is, okay, push on the pedal, put pressure on the pedal. I can hear that she's pressed it, and hold it. And I'm gonna open this. Did it go to the ground? Nothing happened? Okay, push the pedal to the ground. Okay, and then as you can see, there's some fluid that came into here with a little bubble, and I've closed it. Are you still pushing? Yeah. Okay, let go. And then you're gonna push on it again. And then I'm gonna open it. And then I'm gonna close it. So as you can see, the brake fluid is gonna fill into here, and what you want to watch for is no air bubbles to be in here. You'll see a kind of foam and little air bubbles pockets form, but that's the point of this, is to bleed the brakes out. You want the fluid to be flowing through here and no air. So okay, that's it, let go. Sorry, you can let go. You were holding it this whole time? Oh, sorry. Okay, well that's it for this corner. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Cheer for Miss Build and Drive. Thank you. Appreciate you helping entire YouTube population fixing their E90s.
I wish I could say what an E90 was. I don't know.
Jokes. She's got jokes. Just wait till I get an M3.
The way you're saying it makes it sound really expensive, so no.
She has no idea how expensive an M3 would be. Maybe if you guys hit the subscribe button, dropped a like, you can even use the donate button over here somewhere if you want to donate, and maybe that will get me to my M3. But for now, it's okay. You don't need to do that. I'm having fun with my E90.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
So here, as you can see, some fluid went into our little bucket. What you want to do is repeat this process 3, 4, 5 times just to get the fluid from the reservoir, the fluid out of the lines and into the bucket. And then don't forget, we're going to keep adding fresh brake fluid into the reservoir as we do this. We don't want any air to get into the reservoir and into the lines itself. I'm going to quickly pull this off, run it upright like that, and we can just pour this brake fluid out, and I'll clean up a little bit of my mess. I got a little bit there. So once you've repeated this process on all corners, remember, top up your brake fluid as you do this. Your brakes are good to go. And if you do go to the track like I do, it's preventative maintenance. I mean, this isn't that expensive. Just do it every year. It shouldn't take you too long with a helper, and it's one less thing you need to worry about. So that's how you bleed your brakes on a 3 Series E90. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next maintenance episode.